Hey guys, thanks for watching. Alright, I'm going to give you a little heads up on what we're looking at in this video and some future digs that we're going to be going on. Last video I did, I'm at an old hotel, got a lot of wheat pennies and nickels everywhere. My plan was to go back there for this video, and for some reason, literally on the way to the hotel, I decided to go back to Mrs. S's house. Now, you have seen several videos from this place, and the yard is unbelievable. Initially, I found coins, and then I found nothing, and then all of a sudden, some rain came in, and I dug an incredible number of coins everywhere. But I've hit this place so many times, I went back, and I did it all over again. Coins, some really good coins popped up. But my favorite find of all is a bonus find. Non-metallic. It just was in the plug and rolled out. You'll see that in just a second. As far as the future goes, we're going to go back to the old hotel. There's some places I haven't checked yet. Also going to go back to the bottle dump. I'm not through digging there either. So that's what you can look forward to coming up in the near future. But for now, thanks for watching. Alright guys, so I came to Mrs. S's house for this hunt. And I'm finding the same thing I found at the last location. I do believe I got a buffalo nickel. I see the old Indian's chin. There we go. Man, I tell you what, I went a long time without digging one of these. Now all of a sudden I'm finding them everywhere. I'll take every one of them though. Holy smokes. Well, my pinpointer is not working right this second. There's a booming signal in this plug. I do not care what the signal is in this plug. We'll find out. I guarantee you it's not as good as what is laying in the bottom of that hole. Oh my gosh. Let's get this out first. I cannot believe that thing was just laying there. Oh man, pinpointers make the world so much nicer. Let's see. Well, I got it out, whatever it was. There we go. A cow tag. Definitely not as good as what's laying right there. Check that out. Anybody want to take a shot at that? That is a Native American game stone. Absolutely 100%. That's what that is. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's not pottery. That's made out of stone too. Wow. Heck yeah. Look, you can even see the engravings on it. I swear I think there's something engraved on that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to be gentle and clean that up a little bit. That is awesome. I mean, maybe it's my imagination that something's engraved on it, but I do see lines. Let me do this. See if this makes something pop out. I don't know. That, without a doubt, is what that is, though. Dang, that's awesome. When people talk about finding Native American artifacts, your mind is probably drawn towards the arrowheads and knife blades, spear points, axes, tools for survival. But what about the game pieces? I really love those because they talk about a time of leisure, a time of just enjoying community and family. This is actually the first game piece I ever found. It was made out of a piece of pottery. You can still see the design on the outside from the original pot it was used from. What were some of the games that the Native Americans, in particular the Cherokee, who lived in the area that I live, what did they play? Well, stickball is probably the most notable. It wasn't just the Cherokee playing this game. Many tribes in the U.S. played stickball. In fact, they often settled differences playing this stickball game as opposed to going to war. But it was not for the faint of heart. This was a brutal game. Accounts from history talk about broken bones and even death on occasion. The Cherokee have not forgotten stickball. They still enjoy playing it, and while people may not be dying anymore, it is still a full contact sport. The boys might as well just stay home. It's for men. And what about this? Now, these are little artifacts that you might not recognize. They're called marbles, but they're about the size of a pool ball, and they involved a game that was kind of a cross between bowling and golf. Now, these stones are called circle rollers. Stone disc quite a bit bigger than what I found, but they're beveled on one side so that when you roll them on a flat surface, they end with a curve. Now, they've actually found these bowling lanes archaeologically, with the stones still laying on them. The object was to curve them into one of these little notches to score points. Now, this is a chunky stone. This game involved rolling this stone down a course, and two guys with pointed sticks would throw the sticks at the stone. The object was to try to hit it or try to be the one closest to it. So these are just a few of the games that we've played. What was this piece used for? Well, we don't know. That's lost to history. But we do know that it was probably used in a game of chance. Some people even say they may have been used for counting or figuring scores. So sometimes they're referred to as counterpieces. And I just got a little bit of horse tack. That's a cool find for a front yard. And got another nickel, but that one was a tough one because there's iron somewhere in the hole. And it was masking it. It was kind of bouncing from 60 down to 40. All over the place, really. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's a V-nickel. There's the date. What do we got? I'm going to have to work on that. I can't tell if that's 18 or 19. Let me work on it and I'll show you. There we go. 1894. That may be my oldest V-nickel to date. That one looks like it's going to clean up pretty well too, surprisingly. Alright, I just dug a little 74 signal and I missed the target. And I'm working without my pinpointer, so it's a little tougher. But anyway, I stuck the shovel in right there. When I did, those two fell out. 74, I was thinking an Indian head, but it's obviously a wheat cent. Wait a minute. That is an Indian, a wheat cent, and an Indian in the same hole, a spill. That's wild. I've never done that before. That is wild. And I hope I can get a date on that one. I was almost positive I was looking at 2 wheat pennies there. Oh gosh, look at that. Look at that. What was that, 1906 or I think maybe 1900. That is pretty cool. Let me recheck that. I think that's it. Wow. First time for everything. That one was pretty crazy. Oh, okay. That's enough for one evening. I'm going home. Well, I was just loading up my stuff here and I happened to think, well, if that's an Indian head with a wheat scent, that might be a good old wheat scent. So, I don't know why I'm filming now because I'm not going to be able to clean it. Let me shut it off and clean it for you. Well, the most I can make out of it right now, it looks like a 1912 or 1917. It's definitely not one. Well, I don't even see the 1. I see a 9 and a 1. Anyway, it's rough, but it's an old one. These are real interesting finds, and I don't know if everybody knows what they're getting when they dig one of these. But those are ear tags for hogs. Possibly other animals, but everything that I found says it's hog ear tag. And you see there's initials there, and the initials do connect with a little bit of family here. So that is really pretty cool. The only other one of these I ever found belonged to the people that built the tannery that I used to hunt all the time. And that was a really cool find. And it had their full name and even a town location on it. So these things have got good history behind them, and if you know whose yard you're digging, kind of a cool thing to return. Alright guys, I just chased a real iffy signal. I mean, this thing hit 60 several times. There's a big root right there. I think we're going to be playing the 1 dime game. Pretty sure. That thing is, wow. Let's clean it off and see what we got. Definitely 1 dime. That thing is rough now. Look at the edges of it. It's almost like it's been trimmed. This might be a love token if that's a hole. Quit speculating. Let's look at it. What have we got? Barber, or my second ever seeded. And it is a barber. Very cool. Let me put some water on it and clean it up. And I'm not sure why it's so mangled the way that it is. It's very weird. But let me take a closer look at it and I'll show you. Well, that's officially one of the strangest dimes I've ever dug. I thought it had a hole through it, and it does. It's square. It's an 1898. Luckily, you can see the last 2 digits. But the rim is gone, and it looks like it's been intentionally pounded out. And then right there, I'm just wondering if maybe they were trying to make that into a wizard toy, which would be really cool. But it definitely looks like they were trying to make a second hole in it and maybe fur the edges up. I'm just not sure. But you know what? That's a cool find all day long. Alright guys, I just found the dime there. 2 feet over. Once again, terrible signal. And I saw all green just a second ago. Come on, get out of there. You've hidden long enough. I'm going to call that an Indian head without even looking at it. Just as deep as it was and as green as it was. Oh my gosh. Look at the condition of that thing. Look at that. 1902. That is gorgeous. Wow. Okay. I'll keep going. So that is exactly where I stopped for today. And I literally stopped right after finding those 2 coins back to back, because we're not done at Mrs. S's yard apparently. She has, you've already seen one grandson that I've hunted with. She has another grandson, or a grandson-in-law. I'm not sure how that works. Anyway, one of those. He wants to hunt with me, and so I stopped very intentionally because I suspect there's some more good coins right in the area I was hunting. So you're going to see that coming up in the future. I have one big thank you though for one of my subscribers and a good buddy of mine, Dwayne, from over at Metal Detecting NWGA. A little while back, right around my birthday, he sent me something. And this is what he sent. If you have never read this book, or if you don't own this book, you need to. Record of American Uniforms and Historical Buttons, Bicentennial Edition by Alpheus H. Albert. Guys, this book has just about every type of button you can imagine. It is loaded with great information on buttons. And that's something I don't know very much about. And so this is going to come in very handy. I don't dig a lot of old buttons, but man, if I ever get on them, I'll be able to identify them. Thank you very much, Dwayne. That was very thoughtful, very kind. I love the book. Y'all go check out Dwayne's channel. He's got some good digging going on. And if you're interested in the Equinox 600, 800, like I am, he's got some videos here recently that really kind of opened my eyes to what I think is a very good machine. So go over and check his channel out. Thank you all for watching.